Soyez ta voix. We love Today FM. Today FM rocks.
Today's hit music on Today FM.
In this bulletin, USP appoints new acting VC. Sugar crushing dates announced. And weather hinders roadworks.
From the studios of FBC Suva, Ateda Lendua.
Deputy Vice Chancellor for Research Professor Derek Armstrong is now the University of the South Pacific's acting Vice Chancellor. This comes as USP's Vice Chancellor Professor Paul Alwalia was told to step down to allow an independent investigation relating to allegations of misconduct and breaches of USP policies and procedures. FBC News has independently verified that the USP Executive Committee met yesterday and decided the allegations against Professor Alwalia needed to be looked into. This arises from a report compiled by the chair of the Risk and Audit Committee, Mahmood Khan, listing numerous incidents of alleged breaches by the USP Vice Chancellor. That report caused ripples across the university, alleges that Professor Alwalia has on at least 33 occasions breached USP good governance policies and procedures. However, while in addressing supporters at a protest at the university's Lodhala campus yesterday, Professor Alwalia says he has not received any communication in regards to stepping down. It's understood USP's Staff Union and Student Association have planned to gather this afternoon near the VC's office, as some are claiming there has been no formal notification of the change to the Vice Chancellor's post. The sugarcane crushing season begins tomorrow. Ministry of Sugar Permanent Secretary Yogesh Karan says the mills have been worked on in the last 6 months and are ready to begin crushing. Karan says they have discussed with industry stakeholders the hope for a bumper crop that will mitigate some of the COVID-19 economic impact.
Maintenance has been completed. Just few of the issues that in terms of the maintenance program required to be done, which I understand will be done this week. So it's all ready to go, and we're expecting a good crushing year this year. Fingers crossed. Don't hope to see cyclones or flooding, and we're expecting a good crop.
The intense and persistent heavy rainfall throughout the night has damaged the road surface, currently under rehabilitation. Fiji Road Authority Chief Executive Jonathan Moore says they are currently rehabilitating sections of the road along Princess Road, Ratusukuna and Fletcher Road. He adds they have also introduced additional crew and 24-hour operations to expedite the work depending on the weather. Moore adds that they are now focusing on rehabilitating roads that are beyond repairs.
But rehabilitation work requires a spell of dry weather, and since January this year we've had nothing but rain and on and off downpours, and the intensity of the rain has been extreme as well, so that's damaged a lot of roads more than it would have done in previous years.
Fiji First General Secretary Ayaz Said Kayum says they're looking into the allegation against government MP Rohit Sharma regarding a case of domestic violence. The 41-year-old is charged with 1 count of assault causing actual bodily harm. Sharma is alleged to have assaulted his wife at their home in the Builebu housing. His wife reported the incident to police, but later wanted to withdraw the charge, which is prohibited under the current law.
Yes, he's actually written to us, and we're actually looking at what he's written to us, and we'll take it from there.
The Waterways Ministry will now be able to gather actual data of pollutants coming out of our water system and into the ocean. This follows the launch of the Ocean Trash Audit Program by the Economy Minister Ayaz Said Kayum yesterday. While launching the new project, Said Kayum said with the new system in place, a holistic approach is also needed to help us sustain our sea life.
It's critically important that the Ministry of Environment does this, does the measurements on a daily basis, gets actual raw data available. But as citizens of this country, we should not sit back and say, well, they've got a net, it's okay, I can throw anything I like. They'll capture it in any case before it goes into the ocean. So I think we need to be able to create the public awareness about it too, and to be able to, photograph what you're going to capture in the nets and then publicize it as much as possible.
Hundreds of mourners streamed into a Texas church today to honor African-American George Floyd, who died in police custody 2 weeks ago. This as pressure mounted in Congress and across the United States for sweeping reforms to the justice system. Up ahead, Fiji-born Aussie 7 speedster remains positive, and World 7 star retires.
Bula FM, number 2 NSR.
Bula FM, number 2 NSR.
Fiji-born Australian women's 7 speedster Elia Green has revealed she was depressed while undergoing rehabilitation for an injury. The Olympic gold medalist says when she injured her knee and shoulder, she had to find a way to mentally rise above the situation, which is why she had to bench press 105 kgs. Green says she had to remain positive throughout her rehabilitation.
One thing I've definitely learned in my career playing professional rugby sevens is that injury has taught me a lot, and anyone that's watching this or you really should use any kind of setback as an opportunity to get better at other things, and that's something that I've used rehab as, even though I'd be lying if I said I didn't get depressed in the first few weeks and even throughout the process.
Former World Rugby Sevens of the Year, Cecil Afrika, has retired. The most celebrated Springbok Sevens player of his generation has ended his official Blitzboks journey after 12 seasons. But he hasn't quite given up on his Olympic dream. Unless called upon, he will not don the Blitzbok colours again after a mutual agreement between him and Springbok Sevens management. The 32-year-old's contract will expire at the end of July, and with no international matches or tournaments scheduled in that time, it means Africa will bow out after 345 World Series matches and a points tally of 1,462. Afrika made his debut in Dubai in 2009 and played his final and 66th tournament for his country in Vancouver in March this year. It's official. Super Rugby's restart in New Zealand will be one of the first professional sporting competitions in the world to see the return of spectators. This as New Zealand moved to level 1 from this morning. The Dragons, with Mikaele Ravalawa and Tariq Sims, suffered another loss against the Canterbury Bulldogs last night. The Bulldogs won the match 22-2. We can expect mixed cloud and showers this afternoon and tonight. A slow-moving trough to the west means much the same conditions tomorrow. And that's your FBC News now. Join us again at 7 p.m. for our major bulletin. In times of crisis, you need news you can trust. Fight fake news by getting the facts from verified news sources like FBC's TV, radio, and digital media news. www.fbcnews.com.fj. Keeping Fijians connected with the truth. Enjoy your lunch.
Bula FM, number 2 NSR.
Bula FM, number 2 NSR.